It's 2019 and Seiko just announced the release of a new generation Monster last month in Baselworld. With that, I guess it's appropriate for me to do a long-term review of my old first generation Monster that I have owned for about 10 years to see how it stood the test of time. Here's the Seiko SKX779, or as it is also known as the Black Monster. I acquired this watch new from an online seller back in 2009, and this was about the time I got interested in watches, and it happened to be my first automatic watch purchase. I know the look is not for everybody, but I personally love it. It's a 42mm in diameter, 48mm lug to lug, and it has a 14mm thickness, and due to the widening of the bracelet here, it has a 20mm lug to lug. Since this is a long-term review, I'm not going to focus on the specification. You can easily find hundreds of reviews of the Seiko Monster on the internet. I'm going to talk about how bad you can beat this watch and what to expect. The internet reviews has always praised the Seiko Monster as one of the robust watches that you can abuse, and that was exactly how I wore this watch. As you can see from all these scars on the watch, that I have worn this watch extensively, and I've worn it on a lot of outdoor activities, hiking, biking, swimming. I even took it diving, and not to mention that I may have dropped it 2 or 3 times. So as you can see here on the case, there's not much damage to it. There are a lot of scratches all over the case here, and there's even a dent on the crown here, if you can see it clearly. And there are some scratches on the Hardlex crystal. If you can, I'm not sure if you can see this, but I think they could have been more scratches on the crystal, because in this watch the crystal is somewhat protected. It's located lower than the bezel, so when you hit something, it will hit the bezel first. The lume seems like it's working fine, and it doesn't really show any signs of aging, and I'm gonna show you a lume shot in a minute. Okay, here's the lume shot. I know it's not totally dark, but as you can see, it's still shining very brightly, just like when it was new. And let me turn on the light real quick. I think the bracelet is what takes the most damage from the wear and tear, as you can see from all these scratches here. And the clasp here doesn't really click right anymore. Sometimes it doesn't click correctly, and I tried to take it to a local store to fix it, but it doesn't really fix the problem. And as you can't probably see it, but some of the spring bars here, they're rusty, and they don't recoil as they were supposed to. And it's probably because it got exposed to salt water before. And yes, I did wear the bracelet to the salt water, and No, I didn't give it any special treatment after. But for the bracelet, it's a simple fix, so I actually bought a NATO strap here, and I'm gonna show it how it looks on it later after this. Okay, here you go. This is the Seiko Monster on a James Bond style NATO strap. I think it looks pretty good. So this monster is powered by the 7S26 movement, which is the same movement as the other Seiko SKXs that are still in production till now. Some of the reviews says that the movement runs problem-free without any maintenance for about 10 years. Well, mine broke down at about 6 or 7 years. And when the movement broke down, it simply stopped moving. I don't know much about movement. I took it to a local store and they estimated an approximate $50 for the fix, and at the time I was a grad student and I thought it wasn't worth it, so the watch had been sitting in my closet for a while, and recently I felt sentimental about the watch and I took it back to a store, and the store owner still charged me for about $50 for a fix, and here it is, a revived Monster. I got it out from the store for about a week and had it on my wrist for about a week. I haven't had any accuracy issues of the movement, so I guess I'm gonna wear it for another few weeks from now and we'll see how it goes. Hopefully it's a useful review for those who are thinking about getting a Seiko diver as their long-term daily beater. Thanks for watching.